of Russia, KERN of Switzerland, BERZANSKIS of Lithuania, MINSHIN of Russia, NEEMAN of Noam DUVAR of Turkey, NASTI of Italy, GHINEA of Romania, JOHANSSON of Sweden, and ROA of Spain. That's a quick run through the full lineup for this 3,000-metre steeplechase. We may meet, and we are going to meet, I think, each of them individually, and we will be introduced first of all to the Irish student Thomas Cotter, fourth at the recent European Team Championship Division 1 match in Dublin. Next will be the Australian, the reigning Australian champion, James NIPPERESS. There will be a big cheer from the crowd for the next athlete, Ilgizar SAFIULLIN, the 2013 Russian under-23 champion. Marco KERN from Switzerland there. Then next, the Lithuanian student, Justinas BERZANSKIS. You can expect the noise level to be ratcheted up for the athlete who will be introduced next, Ildar MINSHIN, the World University Games bronze medalist the last time it was held. Then from Israel, NEEMAN. Next, the Turkish national Hakan TUR. Patrik NASTI for Italy, who also competed at the last World University Games where he was sixth. Can he get amongst the medals this year? GHINEA from Romania. Then it will be Sweden's Fredrik Johansson. And finally, the man who was fifth at the 2011 Universiade, World University Games, Sebastian ROU. So 7 laps of the track plus 200. I'm sure the cameras, as always, will be focused on the water jump, bringing us some great shots as the field goes over that. So 2 Russians. He'll be interested to see the tactics. Will they run as a team? And it is the Irish student who lined up on the inside, who I think finds himself in the lead rather than desperately eager to lead.
Well, last night we saw Yulia Sarapova really run away with things. Straight from the gun, she was off, and by the time they reached 200 metres, she had a 20-metre lead. Nobody else dared to go with the Olympic champion. And this is going to be a very, very different kind of race, I think. They're bunching all over the place at the moment.
Well, I was going to be extremely rude and say that they are jogging. The Italian now injects a little bit of pace.
Well, if you're not very impressed, it's perhaps right then that Patrik NASTI is the one who's leading.
The Italian, Patrik NASTI, 2011 World University Games 6th placer. Cotter in 4th place, the 2011 Irish champion. The Spaniard in the familiar red and yellow, Sebastian ROU, in 2nd place. But still, I would not describe them as racing. They'll come now into the water jump on the top bend for the first time. NASTI has a lifetime best of 8:29.08, just outside that this season with 8:30. And he's looking over his shoulder. Does anybody want to do the work with me? Does anybody want to do the work at the front of the field for me, with me? Well, I'm afraid the answer is no. Sebastian ROU follows him over. And then Justinas BERZANSKIS, who has a lifetime best of 8:45. Well, he shouldn't feature in the battle for the medals, but at the moment he is up there in 3rd place, and that reflects the slow pace at which they are going.
We'll look forward to seeing the 1,000-meter time in a moment. I'm not quite sure what that was. It looked like a small dog, but I think it was the shot.
And that is a shot.
Tarasova.
Of the shot.
Out to just shy of 19 meters.
A good effort there from Tarasova.
First effort. She'll take the lead with that. The lead was 18-19 by Liu Zhangrong.
And I suggested that Tarasova would be one of those who would challenge Liu Zhangrong. 19 meters 35 at her best. Tarasova, season's best of 19:20. Well, you see them going over the water jump there as the field passes us through the finish line, and it is the Italian who still leads with 2,000 meters to go.
Yeah, it was around about 3 minutes for the split, and well, when you're looking at the Diamond League and things like that, that's 30 seconds behind what you would expect in the likes of Rome and elsewhere across the Diamond League meetings. But this is not all about fast times or earning money. This is all about gold medals and glory on the day.
So that would bring them in around about 9 minutes, but I can't imagine
it's going to be that slow.
That it is going to be that slow.
Because that is women's pace. You have to say that's a women's pace. It's a very quick women's pace, but it needs to speed up at some point. Otherwise, the sprinters in here are going to have a field day over the last 1,500 meters.
And it is one of the two Russians who now moves into second place as they go over the water jump. And it is Ilgizar SAFIULLIN who moves now to the front of the field.
The man who was the fastest through the heat in 8:48. It was a real sprint between him and Ildar MINSHIN, the other Russian. It should be fought out between them, but there's a few men there who could fight it out. The favourite will be MINSHIN, though. He's got the best personal best in the field by quite some margin.
But at the moment, I have to say, the second of the Russians looks to be struggling down the back straight. He is back in 6th place. And there is a gap growing to what is going to become, in a moment, a group of 5.
Yes, SAFIULLIN really stretching them out now. The race has finally started. And a lap ago, they were all bunched up. Now they are single file as they head through the water jump.
Raboa still in there. And MINSHIN, Ildar MINSHIN, is having to work extremely hard to get back with that leading group. Perhaps the pace was so slow at over that opening kilometre that he actually lost concentration.
He was caught, wasn't he? He was caught. He's trying to come back, but at the moment, he's having to do it, and he'll need to do it. He'll work his way back gradually, you'd have to say. He can't just sprint back up there, otherwise he'll use up what he would have had at the end.
Well, I'm surprised that that Patrik NASTI is still in there, reflecting the pace. Pole vault time, Sam Kendricks.
Last attempt at 5 meters 70. Well, he had the height, but he was too far in front of the bar and came down on front of it. And so it's one more attempt now for Saito Yamamoto, who from nowhere has now got a chance to steal gold against the man who had a perfect card until then.
And I wonder whether the decision to take every vault from 5 meters through to 570, passing at 565, is going to cost him. Now, this is the surprise package. We'll see him in a moment, hopefully, in the steeplechase, because it is the Italian, Patrik NASTI, who is at the front of the field.
So then 3 failures for Sam Kendricks, but he might well be smiling at the end if Yamamoto also can't get over 570 with his final attempt in that competition.
800 metres to go in this steeplechase. Sebastian Roa, the reigning Spanish Universities champion, 5th at the last World University Games, the year 2011 in which he took the European Under-23 title. It is SAFIULLIN, the Russian, in 3rd place. Sebastian Roa in 2nd. There is a gap starting to grow. Patrik NASTI, 6th at the World University Games in 2011, leads with something like 600 metres to go. The other Russian who we expected to feature, MINSHIN, The 2011 national champion is not going to get amongst the medals. And now, to the delight of the crowd, it is SAFIULLIN who, over the water jump, moves into the lead.
Well, SAFIULLIN is regarded as probably the favourite amongst these to take the title. He's now taking it on. Patrik NASTI, though, is not over yet as they come, and with 1 lap to go, they hear the bell. Just a few barriers to go, and the sprint is on to decide the champion at the World University Games in the steeplechase.
And SAFIULLIN, round the bottom bend, is beginning to extend that lead over the Italian. Sebastian ROA in the 3rd place. Barring disaster, I think SAFIULLIN has got this race in his pocket. The crowd roaring him down the back straight. The Italian, NASTI, stutters into that barrier on the back straight. SAFIULLIN into the water jump for the last time. He clears it well. Here he comes. 100 metres to go. The crowd on their feet, roaring him home. A well-judged race from SAFIULLIN over that last barrier. Can Patrik NASTI hang on to the silver medal? Roboa closing in on him. We're going to have a battle for bronze and silver. And it is Roboa who goes through. Sebastian ROA who goes through on the inside to take silver. Running Patrik NASTI out of the medals in the last 30 metres. Roboa 5th. Sebastian ROA 5th at the last World University Games. NASTI 6th. They get bronze and silver here at the 2013 World University Games. But it is all about that man there who was in your shot.
Well, it's been a while since Russia have managed to claim this particular title, but SAFIULLIN there took control with 600 metres to go. And Patrik NASTI, it was a brave attempt by him to try and go himself, but in the end he's rewarded with a medal. And there's also a new personal best. The Israeli team in front of us are celebrating. NEEMAN might not have a medal. He might have finished only 5th, but he's got a new personal best of 8 minutes 49.07. And the Israeli team running down in front of us to congratulate him.
Taken a couple of seconds of his previous best of 8:51.13.
Good run from Sebastian Martos ROA there. He left it late, came past a tiring NASTI down the home straight to take the silver medal for Spain. And what a contrast. It's almost like looking at a European team championship race, isn't it, with that lineup? A European, a European, a European and another European. No Africans in sight in that race. And it's not often you get that.
No. And we have seen some of the African nations noticeable by their absence, and that is a nasty, nasty cut.
I'm wondering what that is. Is that a spike mark, or has he hit a barrier?
I would suggest that it's a bit high for a spike mark. He may well have walloped a barrier.
Yeah. Ouch.
Yes, it is. They are very solid, I can tell you that.
Yeah, they're not like hurdles, which are actually now being delivered out to the track again after the end of that steeplechase. The men's 110-metre hurdles is the next final out on track.
While the confirmed result on the screen of that steeplechase. So a 5-second